Today, on this episode of KLMFL Makers Friendship and Love, we're going to be talking about plays. Hello, people, what are YouTube fan? My name is Kim Jackson, and welcome to this latest episode of KLMFL Makers Friendship and Love. So, guys, we're back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about plays. Like, theater plays. And what's really funny is that theater plays have been like one of the older, constructs that have kind of like still stuck around, you know what I mean? From like the Shakespeare era till now. When even though it was usually for like people that are like, fancy, wealthy people, we still dress up and go to these things, even if, we're middle class and can afford it, I didn't really go to plays as a child. I did act in plays though, just like school plays, I think like it was every other year in elementary school, we were like forced to be in a school play. The only one that I kind of remember was like the America themed one where we sang like, "This land is your land, this land is my land." And I didn't really have a speaking part in it. Then I was in the play as like one of the three wise men in my church like Christmas production. So that was pretty fun. And my mom like always encouraged me to like do drama, or like encouraged me to act, She was the one that was filming me and recording me when I was doing all my like films back in the day. But it was something that like she pushed for me to be a part of, especially like the church one and being a part of like the elementary school drama stuff that they were doing in church. But to actually like watch a play, I didn't really go to any plays or watch any plays really. The only one that comes to memory that I watched was probably in 3rd grade when we went down to like the community theater to watch Charlotte's Web, because like we just read the book in class and we wanted to see an adaptation of it, and that was pretty funny. That was pretty fun. Besides that, I always saw the commercials for Wicked. I think just growing up in the 2000s, like you just see the commercial, you know what I mean? Like, and it always felt something. Always felt some presence just overtake me when I'm watching it. And I've been always wanting to go, but my mom, we couldn't afford it, so we didn't really go down, to the LA pageant to go see it. It wasn't until I moved to the Midwest and, I saw that Wicked was going to be in town that I was like, I gotta go see it. And I did. And that kind of like spawned a little bit of I would say just like watching plays. A little bit of momentum to watch plays. Because like in this past 2-3 months, I think I've seen 4 to 5 plays. Which is honestly pretty crazy because it's never been like that before, So Wicked was my first play, and then I saw Hamilton with my girl a few years back, and I feel like every year on our anniversary we've been seeing like some form or some adaptation of Hamilton. Like when it was just in theaters, recently, what I'm saying, we saw that there, so that was pretty fun. But at least let me start over. I kind of mentioned this, in a couple of KLMFL Mega, Friendship and Love episodes back. But the first play that I saw this year was in New York when I saw Stranger Things, The First Shadow, and that one I would say was pretty good. Just understanding how, or not understanding, but just seeing how they do this. How they do this like live production is just crazy, because it's like one thing after another. Like the guy on the sound tech has to like make sure the volumes everyone's turned up or down at the right time. Things are in sequence. Especially like when they got the big giant monster. Going on. Like that's a lot of stage production. That is a lot of work and time that they put into that. So I talked about my review of that a little bit before, and just how we were sitting kind of in the back that I couldn't really see like some things that were high up. So that was not the best, I would say, experience, but I did really enjoy the play. Then I saw Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and that was pretty good. I just didn't like that there was no music, what I'm saying? There was no music in the transition, and that's why I really do like musicals. I would say above all else, like the musicals really speak to me, Last summer I saw a bunch of musicals, cause like at least where I live at, they have like an outdoor theater, one of the biggest in the country, or one of the longest continuing running in the country. And I was just taking, going, because they have like a free section where you can go to, and I was just going and seeing like multiple plays like every week, so that was pretty dope. But I would say musicals just because they kind of hide that transition between different scenes, and it just like brings just a natural. It just brings just a natural flow to it. So I saw Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and I think I really want to go to London to see the two-parter before it's done, because like I feel like they were kind of rushing it a little bit though too. Like there was some standout moments for sure, and that's why overall I liked it. But it was just kind of a little bit slower for me. Not slower. It was just a little bit too fast for me, and I wish they went slower on some parts. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they emphasize some parts that when don't need to be emphasized, and like sped up on parts that maybe they could have slowed down. I don't know. That's just my personal preference. So that's what it was. Then I ended up seeing The Great Gatsby the musical, in New York again, and that one I really enjoyed. I haven't seen The Great Gatsby, the Leonardo DiCaprio one in a while, and I haven't read the book since sophomore year of high school. So it was really cool just to be like, "What's up, old spot?" and to really just relive the magic of that 1920s Prohibition era. Really like the songs from there. Wish I saw Coben Blue because Coben Blue was supposed to be there, but he wasn't there unfortunately. His understudy took over, which is fine. That's okay. Just we kind of bought the ticket knowing, thinking that he was gonna be there, but it was still good. Good time. Definitely, I would say on my on my list of those so far, I'll probably say that it would go, The Great Gatsby because it's a musical, and then Stranger Things, and then no, hold up, take that back. It would probably go, no, honestly that'll probably be it, yeah, and then Cause a Child at the second. But honestly, last is Beetlejuice for me. I just saw Beetlejuice like 2 weeks ago. It's not really my cup of tea, not really for me. I haven't seen the first Beetlejuice original, but I've seen the second, the movie, one. So that was probably what it was. You know what I mean? It was a musical, but it just wasn't really tying it for me. It wasn't really like, I love that it was musical, but it just, the plot wasn't really there for me. Like, I don't know. It just wasn't my cup of tea. You know what I mean? And it was like rated M for mature, but I didn't expect it to be so crazy. Which I do like that it's a little bit loose. Because I haven't seen like any show production that was like kind of like rated M, or what you call it. I'm thinking about like games rated M, but like rated like PG-13. So honestly, it was pretty cool. Or rated R. It was pretty cool to see. Um, but yeah, that's basically my experience so far. I'm hoping to see some more, plays soon. I think they got Hades Town coming in a couple of weeks that I'm really excited for, because my girl been talking about that, and I've been wanting to see that one. And then some more of the outdoor stage productions when they come out. I think they got Hairspray coming up too that I really want to see, because y'all seen the 2007 movie, you know what I'm saying? And just like a throwback to that good time when I had all the cousins around me and we were watching it pirated. But yeah, that's basically it, y'all. I hope that y'all have a good rest of your week and take care.